that genocidal intent is clearly evident. Second, genocidal action, right? 40,000 some deaths, and that's a conservative number. Trust me, I know people on the ground. The number is far higher than that. Destruction of 80% of residential properties in northern Gaza alone. Every college and university in Gaza has been blown off the face of the earth. Famine, denial of water, young children, young babies dying as a consequence of malnutrition. 1.5 million displaced people pushed into a safe zone that was bombarded in an unhinged, incessant fashion. The case of genocidal action is clearly established. This is a genocide. Anybody who denies that this is a genocide is either a bigot, is either intellectually dishonest, or either intellectually flat-headed and idiotic, or all four. You cannot deny that this is a genocide. I don't care how staunch you are of a Zionist. That ideology should not deny your ability to unsee what's happening in Gaza. I want to close with, alhamdulillah, today I've had an opportunity to give a number of talks, and one of them was with Imam Rashid at the Claremont Mosque, and we talked about youth. And I know Youth Days on Sunday, you guys are celebrating the amazing strides and feats of youth in this country, and I want to bring that together because this is very much a youth-led, in many respects, what's happening against the genocide in Gaza is a youth-led movement, right? We see that in real time with the most visible voices and faces online. And again, you guys know faces like Mu'taz and Bisan and Ahmed Kuta and Mansour Shuman, who was here a couple of weeks ago, is a dear friend of mine. It's a youth-led movement in many ways, but I would be remiss if I didn't uplift the names of giants, right? This movement is in no way isolated. It's not siloed. It comes from the very major watershed contributions of heroes of mine, like Edward Said. I would not be standing here before you if it wasn't for giants like Edward Said. I had the chance to meet him when I was a first-year law student. I'm not somebody who cares much about celebrities. There's only two celebrities that I care about. One of them is Edward Said. And meeting him was such an important moment in my life because I was able to see a hero of mine in real form that I wanted to emulate. I come from a single-parent household of two uneducated parents, so having a hero of mine like Edward Said and meeting him in person really resonated with me. But also people like Mahmoud Darwish, who is calling him a icon would be an understatement because his words, even long after he's passed, still resonate deeply and speak to what's happening in Gaza right now in real time. And I want to leave you with his words. He wrote a beautiful poem called Silence for Gaza in 1981. 1981 was a real watermark year of the crisis in many ways. The year after, there was a horrible set of massacres in Sadr al-Shatila, refugee camps in South Lebanon. And the years after, Israel, as you may know, invaded Lebanon, where much of my family lives. And these are his words. He wrote these in 1981, but I want you to focus in on how deeply they speak to what's happening right now in Gaza. What is beautiful about Gaza is that our voices do not reach it. Nothing distracts it. Nothing takes its fist away from the enemy's face. Not the forms of the Palestinian state we will establish, whether on the eastern side of the moon or the western side of Mars when it is explored. Gaza is devoted to rejection. Hunger and rejection, thirst and rejection, displacement and rejection, torture and rejection, siege and rejection, death and rejection. Enemies might triumph over Gaza. The storming sea might triumph over an island. They might chop down all of its olive trees. They might break its bones. They might implant tanks on the insides of its children and women. They might throw it into the sea, sand, or blood. But it will not repeat lies and say yes to invaders. It will not repeat lies and say yes to invaders. It will continue to explode. It is neither death nor suicide. It is Gaza's way of declaring that it deserves to live. It will continue to explode and explode and explode and explode until it is free. Thank you, and free Palestine.
Talk about the cardio workout. Thank you very, very much, Professor Beydoun. You can hear, despite